One of the biggest roadblocks that denture wearers have is eating with dentures. How do you do it? For people who have immediate dentures, you are healing and you are dealing with so many different things all at once. I had immediate dentures. I'm glad that I healed with immediate dentures. I cannot imagine not healing with them. But for some people, not having immediate dentures is their choice, or it is their only option. For me, I was able to have immediate dentures. I cannot imagine healing any other way. That does not mean it is the right way. It is the way that I healed. So anything that I talk about is going to be based on my experiences, which is having immediate dentures. When you have immediate dentures, you are dealing with so many things all at once. You are dealing with gums that have been traumatized very, very badly from having multiple teeth pulled. They are swollen, they are in pain, they are bleeding. You have dentures that are oversized to accommodate swollen gums. Your muscles do not know how to keep your dentures in place. You do not know how to keep your dentures in place. You cannot use adhesive because you cannot risk pulling up those blood clots, which will result in dry socket. So you have these prosthetic teeth that are there and you don't know how to use them because there's no manual, there's no guide, there's nothing where anybody is saying, hey, this is how you do it. Dentures, dentists do not tell us what we are supposed to do. They don't know. They don't have dentures, so they have no clue how to eat with dentures. So they don't pass that information on, which is why I thought that I would do this video. So I'm not going to eat on camera and then try to show you all of the different things. I'm going to talk about it because I'm not going to talk with my mouth full. So trying to walk through eating with dentures is just, it'd be a little bit messy. So I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to talk about all the different things that you need to do. Your tongue's role in this journey is going to really, really change from all of the things that it was used to doing, which is pretty much nothing before you got dentures. The role of your tongue is going to change greatly on this journey. The first thing your tongue needs to learn to do, and it's going to be a conscious thought for a while, is to split, divide, chew. It is going to take your food, split it, divide it to both sides of your dentures, and then you will chew. So it needs to learn how to split and divide so that you can chew your food. That is the first major role of your tongue on this journey. Once you're able to do that, you can chew on both sides of your dentures. It is much easier when you are chewing on both sides because you are not rocking one side up. By chewing only on this side, this is not going to mess with this side. It's not going to shift and cause things to do all of that, which is really just a huge struggle. So if you are chewing on both sides, that will keep that pressure even. Once your dentures fit snugly, either with muscle control or with adhesive, you still want to chew on both sides of your dentures so that the wear and tear on your dentures is even. If you're just chewing on one side, you're going to wear down one side much faster than the other side. So you want to chew on both sides, even when they fit snugly and with adhesive or with muscle control. So that way you're having that even wear and tear. So your tongue has to do the split, divide, chew. Once you get past that, now you want to work on tasting your food and drinks. When the hard palate is covered, it causes a mind trick. It feels like that is where you tasted everything. It's not. The hard palate has the least amount of taste buds and receptors on the palate. The soft palate has more than the hard palate, and the junction in between the hard and the soft palate has the most taste receptors. We also have taste buds and receptors on our cheeks, many taste buds on our tongue. That's where the majority of them are. And then we have taste buds and receptors on our epiglottis. That is that flap of skin at the back of our throat that prevents food and drinks and saliva from going down into our windpipe. And then we also have taste buds and receptors on our epiglottis. So how can you train yourself to taste your food? Your tongue now has a couple of things that it needs to do. One, when you are chewing your food, take your tongue, push your food up to your soft palate and just kind of hold it there for a couple of seconds. You're going to be holding your food on your tongue and also on the soft palate. So that will allow you to taste what you are eating. Hold liquid and saliva on your tongue. Swish that liquid and saliva from the liquid from drinks and saliva up to your soft palate, do a little bit of a swish, not like a mouthwash swish, but just kind of do a swish so that your drinks and your saliva is touching your cheeks. And then when you go to swallow, kind of hold your saliva and your drinks at the back of your throat so that epiglottis is able to use the taste buds and receptors there to taste what you are eating and drinking, eating and drinking through the saliva and drinking when you're, swallowing a drink. It's the saliva and the drink mixed together. So you do that. And then you have just at the back of your throat, just for a couple of seconds. All of these things take less than a minute to do, but when you're doing it, it allows you to taste what you are eating and drinking. Huge game changer once you figure out how to do all of those little things to taste your food. Another role for your tongue is to gauge if your food is chewed. This is very important. When you first start eating with dentures, a lot of people will swallow bigger pieces than they intend to because they haven't learned how to gauge if their food is chewed. Very, very important to use your tongue to gauge if your food is chewed. Even I, though, at 16 and a half years in, if I'm talking, if I'm not paying attention, I have had moments where I have swallowed and realized, this is not good, because I didn't chew well enough. My tongue wasn't doing what it was supposed to do because I was not paying attention, and I swallowed. But you will, and this may not seem possible initially, but your brain is going to click in. I've had times when I've swallowed and I just stop. I just stop. I can stop the muscles when I'm swallowing and just kind of and get that back up and finish chewing, because I can tell. I know when I've swallowed something that was a little bit bigger than it should have been. And I've learned at this point, almost 17 years into my journey, to just kind of, just stop. And I don't know how I do it. I don't know how I've done it, but I've talked to other people who wear dentures and have had them for multiple years. They also are able to do that. Don't ask me how we figured it out, but our mind is a really cool thing, and it figures out the way that it's supposed to do things. So these are all the things that you're going to have to really, really think about consciously for quite some time. The split divide chew, pushing food and saliva up to your soft palate, holding food on your tongue, doing the swish, and using your tongue to gauge if your food is chewed. These are all things that are not going to be second nature at first. They are going to have to be things that you are really, really thinking about. But eventually, they will become second nature. You will not think about them. You will just do it. That is how it is for me now. I've had to really stop and think in the year and a half that I've been making videos. How do I eat? What am I doing? Because I'm so used to doing it by habit that I wasn't thinking about it for a very long time. And then I had to really start thinking about all of the steps that I do. I hope that this video helps. I'm going to go ahead and go, but I hope that it helps someone who is new on this journey with figuring it all out, with figuring out what they need to do and how to do all of the things that seem so impossible at first. So I'm going to go ahead and go. I'll talk to you later. Bye.